My name is Raúl Aveledo. I'm an economist, a researcher in Econcult, that is the research unit on cultural economics. We are partners in Transmaking, and I have been involved right now in two secondments. The first one was in Relais Culture Europe in Paris, and I was doing a research on gentrification about what was happening in Belleville, the quartier of Belleville, in the neighborhood. And I was mixing from one side some kind of economical analysis of the process of gentrification of the neighborhood, but at the same time I was using also the drift as an artistic research methodology. And it was very interesting because in some way it helps to combine a logical approach and a more sensitive approach. The process for the whole month has been really productive. At the same time, in this exploration of the neighborhood, I was doing some kind of documentation using the audiovisual, photography, but also video for the interviews with different actors and cultural actors, cultural agents in the neighborhood. And with all this material, it helps to combine text and image. From this first secondment and following the drift, my second secondment was in Citema, in Cetona, in Tuscany. At this time, I tried to go further in this combination on text and picture, and I tried to design an AUCA. An AUCA is some kind of bande dessinée, a comic book, a comic strip. So it was to go in some way was to try to make some kind of distillation of the scientific research into more artistic and transference of knowledge, in some way, more education. Right now I'm trying to continue developing because it's some kind of work on progress, but this is the main sense of the activity right now. Transmaking is helping to me to develop vocational competencies that I have all my life. It was my artistic side. I go to study economics and so on, but I was really interested in fine arts. So in some way it helps me to connect with this part of my life that was in some way forgotten or hidden. And at the same time it's also a challenge because in some way you must go out of the box of the university and find the life in the streets. In this sense, for a researcher, it's true that working as some kind of private research or journalist, that you have to walk the streets and you have to contact with this reality that usually when you are an academic you just know by the books or by reports or by this kind of, you have the theory but you don't have the practice, you have the information but you don't have the experience. It's really interesting in this way.